This is A-Town TV, and today we're with the Advanced Filmmaking team. So before we get started, can you guys introduce yourselves?
I'm Heva, I'm a junior at Albemarle High School.
I'm Bella, and I'm a senior.
And I'm Finn, and I'm also a senior.
So can you just explain what is the plot of your film?
Yeah, our film centers on two characters, so Eli and Eli's father, and it is 2-3 scenes of them having an argument and then trying to get past the same argument that they've been having for years when they're bonding together by smoking.
Yeah, we wanted it to be very much just like kind of everyday life that's kind of just captured like in this moment. You kind of just see like this everyday kind of conflict between these two characters and kind of how they work through it, and like just kind of just how it is,
Our genre was drama, so we really wanted it to be a character-driven story and not worry as much about location and props.
So how did you guys develop the idea for the film? Was it one specific person or was it a team effort?
I think it originally started as Finn's idea, and then we all kind of like bounced individual ideas off of each other, and then it became the script, but Finn wrote it.
Yeah, it was very much though like a pretty much a group effort of like, oh look, what about this idea? Let's do this one, and let's play around with this, and so it was pretty cool.
Yeah, the final story was kind of a compilation of all these different things.
So
we come up. Yeah, especially because we all had different ideas where we should go with the prop and the line of dialogue, and so we just picked our favorite out of each of those and combined it.
Did you guys feel the adrenaline while you were making? Was it stressful?
Oh, definitely.
It was stressful and also very tiring. I know the lights at Lighthouse, the place where we worked, were very fluorescent, and on sleep deprivation brains, that is not fun.
So you said it was 72 hours. Was it straight 72
Yes.
hours? Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Like the first night, or maybe second night, we came up with the script or whatever.
You read the script all night.
Yeah, I wrote it until
so
1 a.m. and then woke up at 5:30, I think.
Yes.
Came back in, and we filmed till 3 a.m. that night. Slept until 10 the next morning.
We didn't get home till 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
so.
filmed till 3, got home later, slept at 4 or 5 after, and then got to sleep in a little bit that morning, and then I know I was there until 2, working on some other stuff, so it's definitely exciting.
So the film obviously takes place not at the school, it's at someone's house. So was finding location and shooting there a challenge at all?
It was really difficult because we knew that we couldn't use any of our houses, and Mr. P's wife doesn't allow him to film at his own house. So Mr. P was messaging a bunch of people that he knows, and eventually he found a friend that was willing to lend her house, which was really nice of her.
Fortunately, we contacted actors as soon as we had our script idea finalized, so we didn't have any issues getting them. I know a lot of other teams were scrambling at the last minute.
What other schools or teams competed?
I know there was UVA.
Georgetown,
Yeah.
Renaissance, and then there were a couple people from Western. Yeah.
So it's mixed ages?
Yeah.
Do you guys have any individual projects that you guys are working on?
I don't really. I mean, I've got some creative writing stuff going on, and ideas, but it's mostly just stuff through school. Although you're doing something, right?
Heba and I are working on a film right now that we're filming this weekend. She's assistant directing, and it's going to be filmed at a coffee shop. Very similar format to Adrenaline with the short film, so it's going to be under 5 minutes-ish. And we've been working on that ever since Adrenaline.
Yeah.
So during production, you guys worked with mentors. Was that challenging? What was that experience like?
So it was a little challenging because you get your script greenlighted by one mentor, and then you have to go and meet with all the other ones, and they're like, oh well, I don't like this, and it's okay, so we can change that, and then another mentor's like, no, undo that, I liked it how it was before, and so it's kind of challenging to kind of figure out what you can do to kind of apply the stuff that everyone is telling you, and then also keep the story true to what you wanted to do with it. But at the same time, it was also really, really cool to see their thought process with it, and what they wanted us to do and how it would improve the overall story. So challenging, but really informative and cool. So
It definitely opened my eyes to how much goes into a script. Finn wrote the first draft all by themselves, and we all kind of read it and thought it was really good and didn't really have any edits. And then we met with the mentors, and I think it took 6 drafts to get to the final.
It was a lot.
I didn't even know that there were things that needed to be changed that they picked out. It was just
So who were the mentors? Like, how were they selected? Were they like well-known filmmakers in
Yes.
the area? Or just...
I think there were like 5 of them. They're all award-winning filmmakers from
Yeah.
variety of places. I know one of them won an Emmy, lots of accolades, for sure.
I think all of them did have some sort of connection to Adrenaline. I know that one of them was the one that either founded Adrenaline
Yes.
or came up with the idea
Yeah.
for it. And I know a few of them competed in Adrenaline when they were younger too, but I don't know if all of them did.
Yeah. What was the mentor that you worked with?
We worked with all of them.
All of them,
Yeah.
but there was one in particular that we kind
Han.
of focused with, Han, yeah.
Han, yeah.
Um,
And he came and visited us on set.
he
as
visited
well.
us, he helped us, like, he was kind of the final person we went to with the script. We were like,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
this is our script, and he, like, kind of, we didn't see anybody else after that, because we were like, we need to just pick one person, kind of stick with it, and he was really helpful with all that, so.
Yeah, what was it like watching the film on the big screen in front of all those people?
Terrifying, yeah. I think I texted both of you guys multiple
Yeah.
times
It was
before I
pretty
came
scary.
on, and I was like, I don't know if I could do this.
Yeah.
It was, like, it was definitely terrifying.
Yeah.
It was also rewarding, kind of, and it was really fun.
It was
to, like-
rewarding when everyone clapped. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah. That was nice.
Yeah, and then it was really cool to like see everybody else's projects too and be like, oh, okay, this is like, you know, what they did, and you know, it's, I mean, it technically is like a competition, but really it's just cool to see like
Yeah.
what different people did with like the different, like their genres and their props and their lines and all that. It was really cool.
Since the stories were so different and it's so compact, like the format, we didn't have time to worry about what competitors were doing. So it was really just fun to watch. It was less of we're trying to win the Adrenaline Film Project and more we're trying to make the best film we can. And I know we had some groups help us out with little software things and that kind of thing.
Any thoughts about spending 72 hours with Mr. P?
It was
You know,
horrible.
it was
Don't do
really
it.
Awful.
enlightening, especially when he got COVID. He was looking really rough. He came to the screening, and I don't think I've ever seen him look quite as dead except for the week after he came back from his stroke. So I knew something was up.